I've been on this app for quite some time, and it's been a while since I shared my story. So I want to share with you how I finally got sober after 10 years of active addiction and multiple relapses, in hopes that if you're going through a journey, that something that I say maybe resonates with you, maybe you relate to something, you feel less alone, whatever. Just keep in mind, everything I'm saying is my experience. This is not me giving you advice on how to do things. But let's get into it. First, my name's Danielle, aka The Sober Rebel. I'm 39 years old. I reside in Austin, Texas. I first realized that I had a problem with alcohol at around age 22. This is when I was Googling, like, am I an alcoholic? Now, looking back in hindsight, I knew I had a problem with alcohol the second that it entered my mouth because there was never enough of it, right? I was a blackout drinker. I'm the person that never wants the party to end. I'll be the last man standing with you. And it was cool for me until it wasn't. In my early 20s, I had a great job, graduated college. I got a job in sales. I was making a ton of money. And I thought I had it figured out. I had the fancy car, like everything looked good on the outside. And for a while, that was cool. I could like party. That was kind of a Wolf of Wall Street territory that went along with sales. It was cool until it wasn't. It was cool until I couldn't go to work. It was cool until I was making up excuses of why I needed to drink. And I started to just like, started to develop a lot of shame around drinking. One of those marker moments was like, well, there's a few, right? I created a neural pathway where if I drank alcohol, I had to do blow. Like I had to get high. It was just, there was not one without the other. And I remember the first day that I drank in the morning, I was like, this isn't normal. And so, of course, addiction is a progressive disease. So I could handle myself for a little bit longer until I couldn't. And I was living in New York City at the time. And I remember people started to come to me and say, like, you have a problem. I think you should, seek help. And somebody suggested I go to an AA meeting. So I went to an AA meeting in the basement of New York City. And I remember like everyone having good intentions, but because it wasn't something that was coming from me, if you know anything about addiction, like you cannot force somebody to get sober, it has to come from them. But since it wasn't coming from me, I was relatively young, I had to go deeper into my addiction. And I kind of like rebelled against it. So while it was like, it could have been great, I wasn't ready to get sober. And so I would continue down the path of drinking, and to the point where I had to go to rehab for the first time. And yeah, I was hopeful that that would work, but once again, I wasn't ready for it. So I'm gonna stop there and then come back for part 2, where I tell you how I got addicted to heroin, even though I really don't like downers.